The Khabib, Tony Ferguson, man, I can't remember last time I was that upset about a fight. I was pissed. I was really pissed that fight didn't happen.
And he just can't.
I was upset.
He can't handle the weight loss. He passed out, or what happened? He went.
He came in heavier than he should have. Thought he was going to cut weight, and then got down to, I think he had like 6 pounds left to cut, and I blame this on his team. I blame this on his manager, Ali. I love you, man, but they went to the hospital without notifying Dr. Davidson in the UFC. Dr. Davidson in the UFC, Dana White, if you go through them first, they're going to make sure you get first-class support and do whatever they can to save that fight for you.
Of course.
In the safest way. They're not going to do anything illegal, but they're going to make sure you're at the front of the line. They just went into some random hospital like, hey, he's dehydrated, he's cutting weight for this fight. They're waiting around, takes forever. Well, they don't give a fuck if you make the fight. That's not in their best interest. They pump you full of fluids. You're not making the fight. They're not going to clear you. So the commission
because of the IV?
Yeah, the IV. Well, no, they would have gave. There's got like Overeem got IVs before the fight. If you need them, they can give them to you. But if you just fucking want to be Billy Badass and walk into the hospital and go against the UFC, you're going to be sitting there forever because they don't give a fuck. Again, like I said, Khabib's not a huge star. He's just in America. He's just not. And I know people get mad when I say it. He's not. If Conor walked in that hospital, he's waiting. No.
So
you think if George St. Pierre walks in the hospital, he's waiting? No. Khabib, he's not a well-known guy here. So I don't know if to us who's balls deep in the sport, fuck man, I would have rushed him front row. But his management thinks the world of him. That's great. But let's live in reality. When you walk in, we don't know who this guy is. He's waiting just like every other civilian.
That's a problem.
So why would they even bypass Dana White in the hospital?
They want to keep it under wraps. They didn't want to get out to the media. Scared. Okay, so your fight can't fight anymore.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Well, when they gave him the IVs, what was the problem? It just didn't do the job, or he was
just in too bad a shape by then. But the commission saw him, was like, you can't fight. They called it off.
Wow.
But if he went through Dr. And I know Dr. Davidson, literally one of the best, most genuine people in the world. Best doctor I know by far. When I got knocked out he stayed in my room to make sure I was okay. Had to get home to his family, stayed in the room with me all night to make sure I was okay. You talk about one of the best guys there is around the UFC in a world full of sharks. He's one of the fucking dolphins. You know what I'm saying? He's a good dude. And there's no reason. He's going to do everything in his power to make sure you're healthy for the fight. They fucked up. That's his management. The fighter shouldn't be thinking about this stuff. That's the management.
Does he go to 170 after this?
No. He fights at 55. He's fighting for a title. What's he going to do at 70?
But it's so hard to fucking
It's not. It's not. He's unprofessional. He came in heavy. I hate this when people do this. Go to 70. No.
But if he's having that much of trouble.
It's because he wasn't professional. He was eating ice cream, eating all this bullshit food, comes in way overweight the week of the fight. That's just being unprofessional. It doesn't matter if he's kind of 70, he's kind of 45, he's kind of 85. If you come in unprofessional, you're not going to make the weight.
You know that he was eating a lot and stuff like that? Oh.
Got my job, B.
It doesn't seem like he has... Not that I know, but it doesn't seem like he has nutritionists and all that kind of stuff. It seems like he's doing it old school.
He's been doing it long enough. He just came in and kind of fucking caught up with him.
That's a huge fuck up.
And remember, he's missed fight. This is the second time they tried to schedule his fight.
Dude, I think I went down a line of how many times he had to pull out for whatever reasons. I think it was like five times already. He had to pull out of
such
fights.
a problem.
And now I'm a former fighter. I break down fights. That's one of my jobs now. Mm-hmm. I was pissed. And I'm telling you that I don't think Khabib's a big star. Imagine if you're a regular fight fan, how upset you are. They don't even understand the weight cut. They're just like, fuck this, man. He keeps pulling out.
Well, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about the promoters who have to put all that money on the line.
Oh, fuck them. That's the last of my ones.
What I'm saying is that...
Fuck
hold on. What I'm saying is that when you're a promoter and you have somebody that keeps pulling out of fights like that, it becomes a liability. Yeah. And then
that's why he's not main event.
Well, that's the problem is you go, I don't know if I can,
depend on him.
Right. You have to be able to depend to a degree on your fighter. That's a big problem.
Conor called the same thing. He goes, I don't want to fight this guy. He pulls out too many fights. Yeah, we'll book this huge fight, and who knows if he shows up.
Right.
Now it's even
all
more
that
so.
Marketing money and
everything.
UFC,
I never feel bad for. I feel bad for the fans.
Has nothing to do with feeling bad for anybody. I didn't say that.
Promoters, that'd be the UFC.
I'm saying has nothing to do with that. I'm saying
that's UFC, brother.
I'm not talking about feeling bad. I'm saying if I'm a promoter, I'm going to think long and hard before I make Khabib a title.
I know, but you say you feel bad. I'm with you. If as a business,
that's what I mean. I just
as
mean
a business, he's not headlining a card.
That's what I mean.
His next fight ain't Conor McGregor. We don't know if he's going to show up.
Right.
He royally fucked himself.
Oof.
Well, that card without that fight was complete shit.
We got to see Tony Ferguson, Khabib. I mean, eventually.
God, you wanted.
How much time will they give him right now? Do you think?
Like people want to see it on 210 in Buffalo with Daniel Cormier, but I don't.
Why couldn't he do that?
Because the weight cut, his body put his body through so much.
When is the next one? How much time does he have?
That's April. It's early April, so it's it's not a lot of time. Yeah, it's in Buffalo, DC versus Johnson, and
that feels like enough time to get yourself ready, though.
Have you ever made weight and passed out from it, B?
Oh yeah,
No.
April 8th.
That's
super soon.
April 8th.
Oh, April 8th.
That's
a month. It's a month from now.
That'd be a bit of a beast.
If I was him,
remember he has to train too.
Yeah,
it's asking a lot. I would love to see it happen. If I'm Khabib's
you don't think
team,
it's good for him?
No,
right?
Because you got to remember the trauma you put your body through. If your body's shut down for a title fight and you want to fight 4 weeks later, probably not the best idea. Because Tony Ferguson's, it's going to be a tough fight. It's probably going to go 5 rounds. So you want to put your best foot forward. You don't want to do that in 4 weeks. I would love it for it to be on that card, but it's not.
What was your take on the Dan Kelly Rashad Evans fight? I thought that was a hell of a back and forth to an extent.
Super disappointed. I thought Rashad won. It was close.
Mm-hmm. I felt like Rashad won. I felt like he landed more shots, but Kelly's got a hell of a chin. That guy can take some.
I guess Kelly landed more shots.
Really?
Right?
Is that what they said?
It felt like Rashad.
I thought Rashad won that fight.
Yeah.
I thought it was close. I also said if Rashad can't beat this guy, then he should probably stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never a guy to tell a guy to stop. I would never do that. I wonder what's in it for Rashad because if you can't get by Kelly, granted there's a lot of ring rest there. If you can't get by Kelly. Because Kelly's never going to be a title contender. Love the guy. He's 6'1" UFC. He fights a legit 85er like a monster.
Right.
He's not making it with the shots and the way he moves and his only takedowns judo. He's going to get ate the fuck up. So he's not a legit top 5 guy. Can Rashad beat the top 5 guys? I don't see it, man. And I love Rashad.
That's fair. That's fair.
So it depends. He can be a star, be a top 10 guy if that's what he wants to do. I would love to see Rashad versus Johnny Hendricks. I'd love to see Rashad fight Anderson Silva, even though they're friends. At 85, Anderson Silva or Johnny Hendricks versus Rashad's the fight, I think. Johnny Hendricks both came for, Hendricks was a 55-pound or 70-pound champ up to 85. Rashad was the 205 champ. They beat at 85. There's a fun story there. They're both on the back end. They're both on the back, fucking 3
Johnny,
holes.
yeah.
Both of them. Yeah. Both of them are on the back end.
Well, Johnny looks very at home at 85. Nice and relaxed. Kind of got, his body looked very comfy. And
I thought Rashad
still
looked
pretty
great
explosive.
Too.
I thought Rashad looked really good.
I thought physically he looked good.
So did I.
Ripped.
But I thought Johnny seemed to be very almost like content at 85. He's still explosive. I definitely had him winning that fight, but it was a good back and forth. But
I would love to see Johnny Hendricks and Rashad. But again, for Rashad, he has to figure out what he wants. If it's to be world champion, then you probably should stop. I don't see that for him, unfortunately.
He didn't really get outclassed, so I'm guessing he still wants to give
I wouldn't stop after the Kelly fight. I would do one more against a guy like a Johnny Hendricks who has that championship caliber level. Anderson Silva, I can tell you too much, but you make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But those top 5 guys ain't for you. Just not. Weidman versus, although Weidman's at 205 now, but Weidman versus fucking Rashad.
Weidman's at 205?
Isn't he fighting Mousasi at 205 or is that 85?
I don't even
That's
know.
at 85.
I think it's
My
85.
bad. That's at 85. But even Weidman versus Rashad's a great fight. There's a lot of great fights with Rashad where he's going to make a lot of money. And if Rashad has that power and quickness where if he lands one, the night's over. Would never tell a guy to